Bishop Stang taking a step back in the EAC race last week with a loss to Bishop Fien, but now they face Somerset-Berkley, the undefeated Somerset-Berkley. So it doesn't get any easier for them this week. That's happening Friday at 7 at Spartan Village.
Yeah, well, if Bishop Stang had won last week against Bishop Fien, this week's matchup with Somerset-Berkley would have been for the conference title. The loss last week dropped the Spartans to third place in the conference, which the top two teams in the conference get an automatic bid into the playoffs. So that really hurt them there. But on a side note, if Bishop Stang can upset Somerset-Berkley this week, that'll give them a ton of points to possibly get a playoff berth. So it's still pretty much their playoff, even though they don't have the conference title on the line, kind of their playoff hopes are on the line.
Mm-hmm.
If they can upset Somerset-Berkley, a team that's 6-0 and has outscored the competition 197-54 this year.
Yeah. Wow.
So they've been pretty dominant, and they've had shutout wins over Lincoln Sudbury and Dighton Rehoboth, which if you can shut out Dighton Rehoboth, you're a pretty impressive team because DR is always strong every year.
Yes.
But last week it was an exciting game. Bishop Fee ended up jumping up 7-0 in the first half. They returned, I think it was the opening kickoff of the second half for a touchdown, and jumped ahead 14-0. And Bishop Stang came back in that game. Nick Landry had both touchdowns, and his second touchdown pulled them within, I think it was 14-13. And at that point, game on the line, 2 minutes left in the game. Ryan Sylvia said we could either tie it or we could go for the win, and they decided to go for the win, which was a gutsy call. And the run, I think it was Andrew Camacho. His run was 1 yard short, and he's held out of the end zone, and that's how the game ended. And I think that even though Bishop Stang didn't get the 2-point conversion, they didn't get the victory. That just talks a lot about the confidence of the program and where they're heading.
Right.
For your head coach to say, we're just not going to go for the tie. We're going to go for the win.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's a mindset that permeates the whole team.
Yeah. So I think it was an awesome decision for them to do, to go for the win, even though they didn't get it. And hopefully that confidence, of making that kind of call will go into this game. And, it should be a good test for Bishop Stang, especially, if they're going to be in the tournament, and if not, for the other games that they're going to have scheduled for this year.
That's Friday at 7 at Bishop Stang. You can follow along on Twitter at SC_varsity and talk about the game using the hashtag SCVfootball.